Hello Livewires, Heather Boyd Wire here. Today I had a special request from Maria to make some wire letter pendants. She liked my cursive letter pendants but wanted something a little bit more like regular capital letters. I do have templates for the cursive letters and these new letters in my Etsy DIY shop. What you're going to need for this project is 20 gauge wire. You can also use 18 gauge wire. You're going to need flat pliers, round pliers, cutters, and some round forms. I have tarnish resistant brass, tarnish resistant silver, bare copper, and this lovely gold color. These letters can be used as charms on a bracelet, they can be earrings, they can be pendants, or even rings. I'm going to start with the 6-inch piece of the 20 gauge wire. It really depends on how big you make your letters, and we're going to start with the A. I'm just going to leave a couple of inches there, and we're just going to start by making a triangle at the top of the A. So we're just going to go there, there, there. You can get in with your round pliers and bring it down. And then at the height of the A, we're just going to bend that back up and bend that up a little bit. And then this one too. At the same height, we're just going to bend it back. And then I'm just going to bend that one around. I'm going to help it out a little bit here. And give that a little tug. Clip it. Now you can put a bead on there like we did in the cursive letters, or we can just cut it to 3/8 to 1/2 inch. Take our round pliers, bend it back and around, and get your smaller pliers if you want this circle to be a little smaller. You can also cut this wire longer and wrap it around. So there's the A. So for the B, we'll just leave about 1.5 inches there. We're going to bend it over, get our larger round pliers, bring this one around, bend this one out, pinch it, and get the round pliers again. So there we have the B. I like to help this out a little bit so it doesn't get distorted. And we're just going to bend it around, clip it flush. You really only need about 4 inches for this, if even. There's the B. And then we're going to cut that to 3/8 to 1/2 inch. Bend it that way and around to close the loop. So there's the B. The C is a lot like a moon. I made it in the copper, but this wire is very soft. So I'm going to use the silver colored wire, and we're just going to bend this across like this, take a round form, bring it around. This is how I start my moon earrings, and then we're going to push it down a little bit, and then we want to bend this part to the front, push it down, again the round form, push it right around, bend this to the back. And then we're just going to bend this one around, clip it, clip this to 1/2 inch, and then just form our loop. Pinch that, and then you can adjust these as you need. And there's your C. The D is easy. Sometimes I work with a long piece so I could get a few out of the same piece of wire. And we're just going to bend that way, take our round form, bring it around. It's a little bit large there, so you can just put the end of the round form in there and just curve it in a little bit more. Just make it how high you want. These are very simple letters. Bring this one around, clip it, there, pinch that in. And again, you could like make a loop and twist it around, or we can just make it very simple. Clip it off to 1/2 inch, back and forth to make our loop, and there's the D. So for the E, we're just going to bend this one across, bend that to the back, bend this up, across, to the back, and up. And then this one we could bend over. That way we have a nice straight line there. Take this one here and bend it around here. So there's the E, and then very carefully bring that one around, clip it, pinch that, and bring it in. So there's our E. Clip it to 1/2 inch, and bring that one that way, and that one that way. And there's the E. So for the F, we're just going to bend this to the back. We're going to bend this one out, and then this will be the upper line here. So we're going to bend that one out here, and we're just going to bend that one back here, and this one also to the back. You could bend that in between those two wires, and then this one, we're just going to bend it around. Give it a clip, push that one in, cut it to about 1/2 inch, and then bend that out and in. And there's the F. So for the G, we're just going to bend this one like that. Make sure the long one is on top, and then bend that over to have this part of the G. Get your round form, bring it up, and continue the long one a little bit more. So we can just wiggle this one around to form the bottom of the G, make it a little taller, like the C, but with that little line in it. This behind one, we're just going to bend it straight up, and we'll bend this one, curve it around like the C. Curve it around, twist it, push it in, give it a pinch, push it down 1/2 inch, bring it that way and that way, and there you have your G. So for the H, we're just going to leave a couple inches here, and we're going to bend this to the back, pinch it, and then for the middle line, we're going to bend it across and then down. And then we're going to bend this to the front, pinch it in, and then at the height of the H, bend this to the back, pinch it, bend it across, and then up. And then we're going to hold this at the top of the first line, take this end, wind it around, clip it, clip that to 1/2 inch. We're going to make our loop, so that way and that way, and there's the H. The I is super easy. Just take the wire, bend it to the back, hold it at the height of the I, bring that end around. I'm just doing it from a really long wire. I'll use the rest for another letter. Clip it, cut that to about 1/2 inch, bring it back and around, and there you have your super simple I. So for the J, we're just going to make our little loop at the bottom there, bend this to the front, squeeze it, get the round pliers again, bring it around. The wires are stacked. If you need a bigger loop, just throw it onto a pen or a round form. At the height of the J, just bend this one across. And you can just do one side, or you could go it straight across. So just take this, bend it to the front, and then bend it to the back. And there's your J. And then we're just going to hold this very carefully so it doesn't slip. If you're worried about it slipping, just start it with the round pliers, tug it, clip it, pinch it in, cut it to about 1/2 inch, take the end back and around, and there's your J. So for the K, we're just going to bend this to the back, give it a pinch, and we're going to bend this one down at an angle and then to the back again, and then this one up and to the back again, and then continue that bottom diagonal. Bring this one straight up, hold these wires together, bend this around, clip it, clip that to 1/2 inch, and do your loop back and forth, and there's your K. Now the L, we're just going to bend it straight across, bend this to the back, and then straight up. Then at the height of the L, hold it, wind it from the back to the front, clip the wire, cut this to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, hold the wire, bend it back and forth, and there's your L. So for the M, just leave about 1.5 inches, bend this to the front, give it a little pinch, the height you want, bend it down on an angle, and then we're just going to part way bend it up, and the same thing, bend it down, check that it's about the same on both sides, straight down, and then this side we're going to bend it up. You can measure it if you like, bend it to the back, pinch it, see if they're even, bend it down and up. So there's the M. We'll just bend this a little at an angle, and then here I am going to help it with the round pliers. Bring it around, hold it snugly, give it a tug, clip, clip it to about 1/2 inch, and then we're going to do that and push it in. And you can always pinch these a little bit to make sure they hold in place. And there's your M. The N we're going to do in the same way, so bend it to the front at the same height as your other letters. We're just going to bend it down, or whatever height you want. You can make these really tiny to dangle on rings as well. And then we'll bend it straight up, and then we're going to bend this one to the back. And then follow the line of this one to the back. I've cut it a little bit short. It's going to be hard to have something to grab onto, but we can just bend it and then just bring it around a little bit. I would cut the wire too long than too short, then you'll have more wiggle room. And we're going to pinch that in, clip it, rotate it a bit, and then clip it to 1/2 inch. Bend that one way and the other, and you can do any adjustments you need. And there you have your N. For the O, we can just start with our round form and just bring it around. And then there you can wiggle it around to be the shape you want. So if you want it more oval, just hold the bottom and push it up a little bit. If you need help with the pliers, just wiggle them around a little bit. If you want it more tall, just push it up a bit. And then we're just going to bend one of these straight up. And when you're happy with the shape, just hold it tightly, or go in with your round pliers to help it out so it won't get pulled out of place. Push it, clip it, pinch it down, cut it to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and then bring this one back and around. And there's your O. For the P, we're just going to bend this to the front. You can leave this open a little bit to have a little more wiggle room, and then we're going to bend this to one side, form the top of the P, bring this wire to the back, and then bring that straight up, and then we can pinch this other one straight behind it there. And then we can hold these wires all together, take the back one, bring it all the way around, clip it, cut that to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, bring Bring that one that way and around to close the loop. And there you have your P. The Q is like the O, but we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to bring this one around just to start the round shape. About where we want the little line to be, we're just going to hold it with the pliers and then bend it out at a bit of an angle. You can straighten it out with the flat pliers. And then we're just going to bend this one to the front. Give it a push there. So that's going to be the line of the Q. And then we're just going to take this and then bend it to the back so it makes a little line. And then we're going to bend that one out. And you can even curve it with your finger a little bit too. So this is the starting point of the Q. And then we can just use our round pliers to bring this one around. Same on this side. You could just bring it around. Or you can use a pen or round form. And then we're going to bend one end straight up. And then this end, we're just going to bring it all the way around as we've done before. Clip it, pinch that end down flush, clip this to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, hold it with the round pliers, back and around. And there we have your Q. So for the R, we're just going to bend this one to the back, bend this one across, down, bend that one to the front, and then bend that one out. And we want to form a kind of a loop. So we're just going to take this, bring it around, and then we'll just hold this, bring it around and clip it, clip that to 1/2 inch, pinch that one down, take the end that way and that way, adjust it as you like, and there you have your R. So for the S, I'll just take my pen and I'm just going to bring this one around here, and around here we'll see how big we want it, and then I'll just bring it around with my round pliers. The top part should be smaller than the bottom part. Then I'm just going to bend that one to the back, just double check the shape of that one, and then I'm going to bend this one to the back. If it's hard to grasp, just start it with the round pliers, stick your round form in and bring it around. This one here, we can just keep going like so it's straight across, and then we need one end to go straight up. So that end will go straight up, and then we're going to stick that one in there, bring it around, and you can even, while it's still on the pliers, just pull that one around, and then it's going to hold in shape. Clip it, push it down, clip it to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, take the end with your round pliers that way, and there you have your S. For the T, I'm just going to bend this wire to the front, give it a little bit of a pinch, and then at the height of the T, we're just going to bend that one to the left, and then we want to bend this to the front. So we're just going to bend that. You can see it's going to the front, and then this side to the back. And then here, so it won't get distorted, I would help it with the pliers. So just take that, give it a little turn, clip it. Watch your eyes. I have glasses, so my eyes are protected. You can always wear goggles. We're going to pinch that in, and we are going to cut that to 3/8 of an inch or 1/2 inch back and around, and there we have the T. So for the U, we're going to use the pen again. We're going to bring this one around. At the height of the U, we're going to bend this one to the front, pinch it down, get your round form again, bring it around so that one wire is on top of the other. Hold this at the height of the U, take it from the back, go around, clip it, clip that to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, hold this, bend it to one side and back, and there you have your U. So for the V, we're just going to bend it up, bend this to the back, and then bend this straight up. So there's the V. Hold this at the height of the V, take one end from the back, bring it around, clip it, cut that to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, hold that firmly, bring it that way and around. And there you have the V. For the W, we're just going to bend it here. That'll be the center. And then we're going to bend this one up. And then this one up on the other side. Measure it if you need to with a ruler. And then for the height, we're just going to bend this one to the back. And then straight up. And bend that up a bit. And then on this side, try to get it the same height. Grab a ruler if you need one. You can use the templates, I'll link them up in the description of the video. And then this one's going to go straight up. And then so you can loop it around there, we just need to bend this to one side and then hold that wire and start the loop with your pliers. It just helps it a bit, so when you do this, it won't get distorted. Clip that to 3/8 of an inch or 1/2 inch. Make sure that's flush, and then take your end, bend it back and around to make your loop. For the W, the loop is in the middle. You can also do it to one side. So for the X, we're just going to bend this to the back, give it a pinch, and then at the halfway point, we're going to bend that up to one side. And then we want this to be about equal to that. So we're going to bend this to the front so it crosses over, and then this one to the back. And these should be more or less the same size. To wiggle it in a little more. And then see, this goes to the back, but we want to go follow that wire at the back. So hold it and bend that way. So there we have our X. And as before, we're going to hold this at the top of the X, bend this wire from the back, catch the front wire, give it a good tug, clip that to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, and then bend that way and that way and that one the other way. And there you have your X. So for the Y, we're just going to bend that a little to the left there. At the bottom of the Y, we're just going to bend that to the back. Bending it to the back, give it a little push, and then bend that one up. So it already looks like the Y. And then we're just going to bend this one to the front. And then up to the left side. And then at the height of the Y, hold it, bring the wire around from the back to the front, like really give it a tug. Clip that end, cut that to 3/8 to 1/2 inch, hold that, bend it back and around. Pinch that a bit, and there you have your Y. So for the Z, we can just bend that a couple inches from the end, give it a good little pinch, and we can bend these wires at the same time. So we're just gonna, at the base of the Z, bend it that way, and then at the top, we're just gonna bend it that way. Already we have the Z, we're just going to bend it straight up. The front wire will just bend to the back. So there's the Z. If you're worried about this getting distorted, just help it with your round pliers. Give it a tug, clip it, pinch that in, cut that to 3/8 to 1/2 inch. Take the end, back and around. And there you have your Z. So thanks so much for watching the video. Give it a big thumbs up if you liked it. Be sure to subscribe to my channel for lots more wire art and jewelry making videos. Hit the notification bell to be notified when I go live and when I post new videos. And if you'd like to share photos of your wire art and jewelry, be sure to join the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. And if you'd like to check out our work on Etsy, my husband and I specialize in custom wedding cake toppers and funky jewelry. I also have a mailing list, so if you'd like to submit your email, I will send you my free Wire Art Essentials ebook. So thanks again for watching, and we'll see you the next time.